this one isn't. This one is. Yes. Hello. Yes, I realize that. Thank you. All right. Whatever. Let's just do it. Hey guys, Jackie and I from Dagger 6 MMA in Delray Beach. Hope everybody's having a fantastic evening. We told everybody 7 o'clock, but it's actually 6 o'clock that we planned, so that was my bad. We're gonna record it and then just throw it up on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and we'll resend a copy of our schedule with the proper Zoom link and everything for tomorrow. So my apologies, but we're gonna have a great class anyway. All right, you wanna do warm-ups or just right into the? All right, let's get warmed up. Ankles. Switch.
Gotta do 10 rotations each way. Then hit 10, switch, go the other way.
Knees. Tastes like popcorn.
Yeah. Get ready for some good jiu-jitsu drills tonight. Stuff you can do at home by yourself, or if you have a spouse or a kid or someone to work with. We'll show you a couple drills for both scenarios. What's your favorite one? Take your time for your stretches here. Training at home is not the same as training on the mat, so take it nice and easy on your body. One of the first things you've probably noticed is that since we've been out for a week, your body might not have as much bumps and bruises and soreness. But you don't want to get too soft. Stay sharp. So three-way stretch. We'll just do facing the camera since switch, toes up, heels down. A little too close for comfort. Good, switch. So you put that left leg in the front now. Right leg behind you. Drive those hips forward, good hip flexor stretch here. Switch, drop that back heel so your back leg is straight, hips are still pointing forward. And turn, toes up. Try to get both heels to the mat here to straighten out that right leg. Good stretch in the hamstring. Good. Calf stretch. Drive your heel down with the other foot. And switch. Switch again. And one more. Walk it in. Take a second here to just stretch anything else that needs warming up. Just checking out this screen over here, making sure that's working. Okay. All right, we're going to do a little strength training first. We'll get into our grappling drills. So just to get our bodies nice and warm, can you set it on 30-second intervals? Okay. So our first round of strength training is going to be a side squat. Just keep it going on 30-second intervals. Side squat, an inchworm, and a cross side crunch. So a side squat just means I'm standing here in my stance, just boom, one side and the other. It's not a wide stance squat, just a regular squat, side to side. Okay? Inchworm is next. I just put my hands right down in front of me, out, and back. Out, and back. All right, do 90 seconds of those side squats, 30 seconds inchworms, and then 60 seconds of our cross side crunch. Sounds like a cereal. All right, cross, 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 cross. Try to keep those feet up off the mat. If you have to put them down, that's okay. Crunch, same those stabilizer muscles. All right? So 30-second intervals. So the first round is side squats, so we're going to hear it for 3 bells, but we'll let you know when to switch. What? Push up on the inchworm, yes. Yeah. Alright, we'll stagger these in front. Alright, go. Take your time here. Good solid squat, 90-degree angle. You do 90 seconds here, so pace yourself or push yourself.
Right here, hips nice and low. Don't go any lower than your knee.
That's 30 seconds in. Hmm?
Going off screen.
Doing great. Keep it up halfway through. 30 more seconds. 2/3 of the way through. Get ready for that inchworm coming up on the bell. Just 30 seconds here. Here, 1 minute. Make sure you breathe. Don't hold your breath. 30 more seconds. You got a rest coming up. Push yourself to the end. Got a 60-second rest here. Let's stretch. Stretch those abdominals, hips down, feet all the way back, eyes up to the sky. You grab a quick drink of water if you need. Did you just put your...
No.
I didn't think so. Okay. All right. Coming up next, 30 seconds of skiers. We're gonna have 30 seconds rest. Skiers, push-ups, and a toe touch crunch. So skiers are just very simply, I'm gonna be like a skier. Jump, jump, or a skater, I guess. Boom. So I leap, tiny little leap. I bring my hand to my opposite foot, and the back toe can touch the mat. Boom. Like ice skaters. Back is nice and straight, and eyes are up. All right. After that, we're doing push-ups, down for 30 seconds. Hands right underneath my shoulders. So I don't want to be reaching out here. I want them to be right under my chest. Down and up, full range of motion. If I drop to my knees, that's okay. I just make sure to keep that straight line from the back of my head all the way down to my knees. No butts up in the air like this, right? Nice and flat. Down and up. Okay, from my feet, it's this. Full range of motion. Doesn't matter how many you do, it's the form. quality that counts. And then toe touch, feet up to the sky, as straight as my legs can go, and just reach. It helps me personally to take like 2 little breaths, 2 little exhales to remind myself to squeeze and hold for a second. So, and so on. All right, next round coming up, let's go. Skater jumps, skater boy. Okay, go.
On the screen.
Synchronized. Need different music. Bend those knees. Bring your chest down to your knees. Good, push-ups. Very nice. All the way to the bell. Toe touch. Thirty more seconds. Time. Very nice. Minute of rest. Last round of strength training coming up. All right, last round. Deep squat, hip thrust, and sit-outs. So, my deep squat is bring my butt all the way to the floor if I can, as low as I can go. Feet nice and wide, not shoulder width apart, a little wider than shoulder width apart. I'm gonna sit deep, as deep as I can, and drive up. Drive up nice and slow, don't rush these. Right, we're going at a really far angle, making a really difficult angle for our legs, but it's very good to strengthen those small muscle groups, right, those supporting our knees. So deep squat, up nice and slow. Don't go for quantity here, go for quantity, or quality. All right, next we're up for hip thrust. So we're gonna lay right on our back, and just boom, pop those hips up, boom. Fast on the way up, boom, slow on the way down, boom. Never letting your hips touch the floor for more than like a millisecond. Squeeze those glutes, contract those abdominals, and thrust straight up to the sky. All right, and then we're doing our sit-outs for our last exercise. So we'll get right down to our hands and the balls of our feet, and we're just gonna sit, boom, and back, sit, boom. I pull with my hand, and I push with my leg. Pull and push, pull and push, pull and push. That pull reminds me to keep my back straight, and the push reminds me to bring my hips through. Okie doke. Let's do it. All right, deep squats coming up. 90 seconds, last round of strength training. way down, you're gonna sit on the floor. Right before you fall over, stand it up. If this is out of the question for you, you need to modify. Do 30 seconds or 45 seconds of reverse lunges. Switch and do the other leg. You keep going, I'll demonstrate. Reverse lunge is just stepping back, knee down to the ground. One side, 45 seconds, and then the other side. Back up nice and straight, eyes up to the sky. So let's finish up with those deep squats. Reach out in front for counterbalance. Remind yourself not to hunch your back over. Last 30 seconds. Good, sit outs.
Yes.
I'm sorry, thrust, you're right. 60 seconds. Halfway through. Good, sit out. Balls of your feet, sit through. Seconds here. That's it. Keep those backs up nice and straight. Pull with your hand, push with your foot. And time. Very nice. Very good job. Good, let's do that upper body press up again. Sit back. Shoulder stretch. Lat stretch, I should say. Very nice. We'll finish up with some more stretches at the end. For now, we're going to move on to a bridge to turtle position and work some shrimping. Okay? I'm going to turn the fan off.
Alright, so we're going to work on bridge to turtle position, which basically I'm going to be on my back and I want to get up to my knees without using my hands. So I'm simulating someone's on top of me in that mount position. I'll show you that in a minute. You don't know what I'm talking about. But someone's on top of me, basically straddling with their legs. I have to be able to use my arms to trap their arm, and then my legs to trap a leg, and then I have to roll them over. So we're going to bridge the turtle. So I know Jackie did this a little bit this morning. She broke it down into segments. We're just going to do it slow a couple times, and then we're just going to do the whole thing. And if you're new to this, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? You don't perfect things in a day, right? So first thing I'm going to do, right, I'm laying down. You see me? Good. Right, so heels are close to my butt, so I can get my arch up nice and high. So that person would be sitting on top of me, right, from here. I'm going to lift my butt up as high as I can go. Now when I pick a side, whatever arm I grab, I put that knee down. Now at the same time, I'm going to pretend like I'm reaching for something, like, you know, like a bag of cookies, right? I'm going to put that knee down, and I'm going to reach, right, look over my shoulder. And then from here, I'm going to bring my knee, my left knee, keep my right foot on the ground. I'm going to use that to push, and I should get up without using my hands, right? Yeah.
Keep going, yep, you're good. We're just gonna lower
Look
this
from
one.
this angle. So again, I'm lifting my butt straight up here. I'm going to put my knee down. I'm going to look over that shoulder like I'm reaching. And then I just take my knee. I'm going to push this foot on the floor right here. Use my ball foot underneath my toe. I'm going to use that to help me push. And then get up to my knees. Okay? One more time. Over this side angle. And if you notice, when I go to this direction towards you guys, my back is going to be facing me. Right? So I lift my butt up. I've already trapped her arm, trapped her leg. I put my knee down. And you notice that my chest turns, I'm on that shoulder. And I'm looking straight up. I bring that knee to my nose. And if you notice, my back is to you now. Right, so I'll do it. We'll do it a couple times nice and quick. You want to keep it?
Yep.
So I'll do. So we'll go right side first. Doesn't matter what side you go to. We'll do 5 right, and then we'll do 5 left. Right? So here, I'll call it out in counts. We'll do it fast but smooth. So hips up, put that right knee down, look over that shoulder, and then bring your knee to your nose. Yeah, and then just kind of roll it back. Again, 2 hips up, knee down, look over the shoulder, and then use your nose. And back. And that right foot you want to try to keep in contact with the ground as long as you can, so you can help the push. Again, 3 hips up, knee down, and roll. That's it. Last 2 will go a little faster, a little smoother. Shouldn't say faster, smoother. Ready? 4 hips up, knee down, and roll. And last one. Right, go. Hips up, knee down, and roll. Now I'll go to the left side. So again, same thing. Hips up. Put that left knee down, look over that shoulder. So you can see my back. Now I bring that right knee to my nose. And now I'm facing you guys. Go back down. Again, 2 hips up, knee down, look over the shoulder, and then knee to your nose. Good. And again, try to get a little smoother. Take out those pauses. Again, hips up, knee down, and roll. Yep. Now try to eliminate those pauses altogether. There's natural pauses there, but try to get from one point to the next point. 4. And last one, 5. Good. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate how that works with a person, right? So, I never want my legs flat. I should be laying here. Right, defensive. I want my feet up. Right, if I need to bump her forward, get her weight off my stomach, my hips, I use my legs and my hips to do so. Right, so for one thing, if I try to roll from side to side, right, and I throw her off off her base, she can use her hands and her legs to stop me. So if I try to throw her this way, right, and I don't have any hands, right, she's going to use her arms or she's going to use her legs to base out. Right? So let's move back. Away. Can you see me now? Good. So from here, now just jujitsu, right? I'm gonna work on trying to grab an arm and control it, right? If it's self-defense, maybe she's choking me, right? Maybe she's punching me. I don't want that. So from here, before all that happens, and she's choking me, I gotta get the hands off my neck, right? You see I'm like a talking beard. All right. So she chokes me, right?
Yeah.
Come on. I'm just kidding. So she chokes me, right?
He's not kidding. I was
She was joking. I take my left hand, the outside hand, and I'm going to grab her wrist. And then notice where I take my elbow. I'm going to put it inside her leg, on the inside of her thigh, so it's touching my body and as close to the floor as I can get it. This stops her from moving up past my arms. Now from here, I take this on the inside. If I go over the top, she can stick out her elbow, right? And she can continue to choke.
Oh.
She can stick out her elbow. I can't really grab that arm. So I'm going to go underneath. Maybe I smack her one time, right? Just kidding, don't do that. I grab the elbow. And now watch, I'm going to collapse it. So I'm going to grab, try to do it at the same time. I'm going to collapse her arm onto me. Now whenever I grab an arm, jiu-jitsu, it's mine. She doesn't have it back until I'm done the move. So I'm holding this to me. So if she tried to pull it back, it would be very hard. Now I take my foot, I'm going to take my foot and put it right next to her foot. So same side, just right like that. And if you notice, I'm going to take this leg, I'm going to slide it in the middle of her back, right where her spine is. So I move my feet this way a little bit. Now from here, I could just roll her to the side, right? But maybe this person's pretty good. She got good balance and base. She can take this hand and just come right across, right? So from here, I'm going to bridge my hips straight up. I'm trying to get her forehead to hit the mat. So
Wide angle left.
that's the best part right here. So I'm trying to get her forehead. So watch where this hand goes right here. I'm going to bridge, and it goes all the way up. Now see how where her base is? I keep my hips up. I'm going to drop that knee, look over my shoulder, and then I'm going to get up. And then from here, right, if it was self-defense, I'd strike. If it's jiu-jitsu, I try to work the pass, right? And we'll do this from several angles. I know the camera's a little difficult to see everything. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so choke, right? I'm going to reach, grab the wrist and the elbow, which I do at the same time. I'm going to pull it down. I take my foot, and I'm just going to put it right next to her ankle. Now when I start to move my hips and start to bridge and roll, I don't let go of this and I don't move my leg. This has to stay here. So, boom, it's locked in. Again, I'm going to lift my hips straight up. So watch where this hand goes. She's going to bridge to support herself, because she might try to be choking me still. All right, she's still got power in this hand, especially with her weight going down. So as soon as I feel that, all the way up, I put my knee down, I look over that shoulder, hi, and then I roll. And then I get up to my knees. And roll. Okay? Okay. Watch one more time. So she goes, right, I reach up and grab. Right, I'll do this a little smoother. Grab, trap, move the feet over. Hang on, I go up. Woo, her foot came down. Hang on, no good. Right here, I go up. And right there. Now, if her foot came out and it opened up her base, I would just do something else from there. Okay, so now let's work based on jiu-jitsu. Someone in jiu-jitsu might do that, but basically they're tying up their own hands. So they're becoming, even though they're choking you and it's offense, it's easier move to get out of because they're tying up their hand, right? So here, everything else is the same. Right now, it's just jiu-jitsu, right? I want to get her hands forward, especially if she's sitting up. When she's sitting up to punch, right? I want to get her hands on the mat forward, and then from here, I reach up and I give her a hug. And I hold her down. So now every time she tries to sit up and punch me, I would just keep bridging, hold her, keep her hands on the mat. You're welcome. Keep her hands on the mat so she couldn't punch me. Right? Now obviously I wouldn't want to stay there forever because you give someone enough time, they can figure something out, right? So, for just jiu-jitsu, I'm not worried about strikes. I'm going to go hand across the waist, other hand, and if you notice my elbow's on the inside. What I don't want to happen is when I bridge, she might slide up my body, and now she's underneath my arms. And it's not I mean, it's just a pretty bad position, right? So from here, it's not impossible to get out of. I use my feet and my shoulders, and I wiggle. Right, I wiggle. Now, when I get here, again, I want to keep her nice and low on my waist. I bridge. Now, she knows what I'm doing. She's not going to leave her arms there. She's going to put her arms down, and she's going to pick them back up. Right? So I gotta be quick. So I bridge, and I trap, and I try to keep my elbow on the inside. Again, trap the leg. I do the same thing. I bridge again, I arch and I roll. And we're off screen.
We're on that screen.
Oh, hey, I forgot about the camera. What's up, guys? Alright. Cool.
In that angle?
Yeah. So we'll do it a couple more times with that. Alright, so see what she tried to do, she's trying to cheat and get up real high. So whether I go this way, that's not legal, right? Or this way, doesn't matter which hand, right? But you get to choose either side. So from here, feet close to my butt, not too far away, and I lift my butt up. She's not gonna bridge, right? Bridge. I reach up, grab, trap that on tight, Trap the leg. I'm going to bridge straight up again. And then I roll. Okay? Good as you now.
All right. Nice.
All right, so we're going to do, like when I first started martial arts, some like traditional self-defense moves. And, you know, they're,
Do you want to do shrimping first?
we'll do some traditional self-defense moves. And these are moves that, like, you'll see in jiu-jitsu, like someone grabs your wrist. You got to know how to get out. Someone's controlling your wrist, and you know how to get out. They control your wrist, and they can put you in a bad situation or a submission, right? So, I mean, this is more like traditional. Someone grabs you, right? But everything is pretty much the same thing. Now, when we attack someone's grab, if they're grabbing our wrist, we want to go towards the thumb, right? You got 4 fingers, you got 1 thumb, right? If I do 4 fingers, and if I grab her, she goes, say, grab her hand and goes down, right? That's 4 fingers. I don't even need my thumb. I hold her up, right? But if she grabs, and she pulls up towards my thumb, doesn't matter how strong I am, right? She just does the move, and she uses her body, her arms against my one, thumb man right there. So we're gonna stand out. So we're gonna move the camera for a second, because I don't know if that would get us.
Yep. This will work, I think. We
Can you
shall
see
see.
me now?
That's not really good enough. We'll put it on the lower table. I could use a hand. It's just stuck under the mat. There we go. Aha! Ooh, there we go.
Stance break.
We'll just have to go on this angle a little bit. I'll switch this camera a little bit. Okay.
Stance break's over.
Stop that now.
He was just jealous of our moves. Alright, so, again, I'm not going to stand out like this in the street and someone's going to be like, you! And grab my wrist, right? But just to make it easier for your partner, whether it's your spouse, if your kid's doing this, your mom, dad, whoever your partner is, right? You're just going to give them both hands so they get to choose. Right? Now pick one side and stick with it for a little bit until you get the other side, right? And when this person knows what's going on, it's going to be easier for her to defend. So the person training, whether they don't train or they train, make sure you're cool. You want to make it look good. And then they can start applying speed and make it more realistic later on down the road, right? So, I'm going to grab here, right? Now, you notice my elbows are out away from my body. When I carry something heavy, or where I'm strongest, is I'm close. So I want to bring my elbows in first thing. So I have one. Notice her thumb is on top. Now, over time, repetition, I don't have to look at it. I just feel that her thumb is on top. So I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to grab underneath my fist, right? And then I'm going to punch myself in the shoulder, not the face. I've seen it before. Don't punch yourself in the face, right? So I grab and I'm going to punch myself in the shoulder. Now, the first part is slow, right? This part is slow. Elbow, hand. This is the fast part, right? Because if I go too slow, she could follow me, especially because you know it's coming, right? So again, I put my elbow in, I grab, and straight up. And now, if you feel comfortable, you can grab the other side. Again, same thing. Now, say this person was real big, and I can't pull in, because when I pull, she's going to pull back, right? So I step towards her. Here. Grab, up, and then I make some distance. Right? So, and then whatever you can do afterwards is up to you, right? That person's really trying to hurt you, and you want to punch or kick them. You have to use that judgment to do so. Trying to do Mr. Miyagi thing on me right now. Just got it. Alright, so I'm going to grab her.
Bring my elbow into my hip, or my hip into my elbow. Grab underneath the same side hand, boom, and step back. Get that distance.
Right. And again, that part is quick. And notice how it's not this. Elbow is tight, and like a slot machine. Right, or those old school water pumps back in the day on the farm, right?
It's just flexing.
Yeah. Or just flexing. If I'm doing bicep curls correctly, huh? Right. Now, lay that same side, that adjacent side, so this hand grabs this side, this hand grabs this side, I can go across. And for now, let's just work on the thumb being up. Everything else is the same, or two things are the same. She pulls her elbow in. Now from here, she's going to go over my arm and grab her fist. And then she pulls up to her shoulder. Right? So same thing, I go across, under. Right? So again, she grabs, right? Pull my hand, and then step back. Right? She goes across, elbow, over, whether you go here or here. I like throwing her in the front of my hand, punch, and then make some distance. Right? Wow! Right? And then. Good job. So we'll do more of that stuff. Again, now there's plenty other cool things like in Jiu-Jitsu, I'm not gonna do this, right? Right? She grabs me, my back like this. She grabs me, I go towards her thumb, right? I just circle towards her thumb, right? That takes practice.
The game. Play it at home. Play the wrist grab game.
Right. Just make sure. It's all up to you. You can tell she's grabbing me, and I want her to grab me harder. I'll tell her to grab me harder. Don't let my partner dictate how hard it's going. Right? At home. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell my attacker, lighten up. Okay? So that's it.
Yeah. Let's go through some stretches and get you guys out of here. Just a couple minutes of stretches. Let's put this down. Boom. Alright, this camera's good. Alright, let's sit down, feet apart, hands in front, legs as wide apart as they'll go. Quarantine goals these next couple weeks, work on our flexibility. It's one of the things we have control over. Get way down, way down, way down. It's good to stretch in the beginning when you're cold to prevent injury, and stretch at the end when you're warm to really increase your flexibility. Alright, good. Reach down once more out to the middle. Reach down. Yes. Reach down to that left side. Switch. So right now it's going to be every Tuesday and Thursday. We'll do some strength and conditioning and jiu-jitsu. 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. That was my fault for giving you guys the wrong time this time. Butterfly stretch. 6 p.m. on Thursday and 8 a.m. And then Monday, Wednesday is going to be 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. for kickboxing, mitt training, shadow boxing, all that stuff.
Be there, be square.
Yeah. And then Friday mornings are little leaders class, our 3 to 5 year olds. I'll resend our Zoom link. I think we'll probably make a switch over to Twitch, the Twitch app, switch over to Twitch. And so that seems to be running a little smoother than Zoom. All right, shoulder stretch. Just walk those hips out as you stretch your shoulders, arms back behind you. Walk those hips forward as you feel that resistance lighten. Good. Right leg over left, left leg over right, rather. And then a mirror image here in the camera. Switch. Stack those knees one on top of the other. Both butt cheeks are to the mat. And just lay my chest down over my knees. Switch. You take over the stretches. Come over here. I'm just going to turn Twitch off so we can let our Facebookers know that we're not going live tonight. We're going
Switch.
on YouTube.
And switch. straight. Use your elbow in your hand and turn. Do it on your stomach, press it up. And last one, balls feet mat, butt up, drop your heels flat. Good.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow morning bright and early. Anything else?
So I know, I mean, she probably went over, she's done a couple more videos than I have. I have been MIA. But, you know, this whole craziness going on, everything like that, I know people, you probably want to stop talking about it, but I look at it as a thing to like kind of hit the reset button on a lot of things. You know, if we're still working, good. There's a lot of people that aren't working. You know, it's like always the grass is greener on the other side of the fence type deal. People that aren't working want to work, and people that are working don't want to work, right? So just, you got to be thankful for your situation. And if you're not working, you know, use it as like Jackie said, like quarantine goals. Set some goals and be productive, right? Try to have balance, you know, with everything. Get some stuff done at home, get some work done from home, you know, work on yourself, some physical activity. It's also good for the mental, right? Go out for a walk. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, whether you tune into classes, if you don't have a partner to work with some of the jiu-jitsu stuff, you know, whether you do it on your own or whatever the case is, you know, just have a plan, know how you want to feel at the end of the day, and make sure you check off as many of those boxes as you can. And this way, at the end of the day, you felt productive and you felt good about, you know, everything, the events that happened that day, right? I know sometimes if you got kids, it's a little crazy. You know, they just shut down our pool at our complex because there was too many people over there. You know, so it's one last thing that we have to do with the kids. So, you know, be creative, get out there, and you know, maybe get out of your comfort zone a little bit. It's a good time to hit that reset button and get things going to where you want them to be, right? So that being said, now she'll see you tomorrow morning.
Now we'll see you tomorrow morning. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for kickboxing. Ooh.